Welcome, I'm Bev Adams. I own an independent paper crafting business showcasing products from Stampin' Up! I made this cute card with products from Stampin' Up! I sell these products and also a few items to make crafting more convenient. I have the free detailed directions for this project on my website. You'll be able to click the links for the products that I used there. That will take you to my online store at Stampin' Up! You can order these products. You'll see where to find all of that at the end of this video. So don't worry about taking notes. It's time to put stamps, ink, and paper together. I'm using Amazing Silhouettes and Go To Greetings. You could really use any greeting for this project. Amazing Silhouettes doesn't have a greeting, so I use my go-tos. I'm using the Abstract Beauty Specialty Designer Series paper. If you want this paper, you need to act fast. This paper is really lovely though because it's 4 inches by 6 inches and it's got some gold foil on all the pages on one side. It doesn't have the gold foil on the other side, but it's got some lovely graphics designs. And I think I'll use this one for today's card. It's got a lot of the paper that will work for this card. If you don't get this, really this paper is just a background. Use another paper that you might have. My card base is Night of Navy, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of thick basic white. I just need it to be big enough for the butterfly, but I just grabbed one of my small layers that's 2 3/4 by 4 1/4, and I do need a piece of basic white for the inside. This is 5 1/4 by 4, a medium envelope of course, and a strip for the greeting that's 3/4 by 3 1/2. I am using the brushed brass butterflies for embellishments, easier to use than to say, and about 12 to 14 inches of this gold shimmer ribbon. I'm using the Banner's Pick-a-Punch to flag my greeting strip, but you could just use paper snips if you need. I'm using the mini glue dots and some dimensionals. I mentioned that the catalog that this paper is in is going away July 1st. The July to December mini catalog begins, and also the celebration brochure that's good July and August. I can't show you the insides of these yet. When I looked through it, I actually said yippee out loud because I saw this kit. You have been seeing me use these tweezers for a while. You can get yours from Stampin' Up! That are lovely. Work just the same way. The Embossing Buddy, which I have kept from years ago and have felt guilty when I used it, but it's great. With the tweezers and the embossing powder is this tray and a brush that can collect the embossing powder. And I am using the gold embossing powder. This is from a previous catalog. It now comes in a kit called the Basics Stampin' Emboss Powder. You will also need the heat tool. So let me give myself some room to work here. We're going to start by tearing off about a 1/2 inch or so, maybe 1/4 inch from the Designer Series paper. I'm tearing up in little bits, and I don't want it to be a straight tear. And I am going to use that, so don't toss it. I want to tear off about that much, so tear that off. And make sure I'm here, tear off about that much. get some ink on my fingers. I'm feeling embarrassed about it, but inky fingers are a sign of a happy stamper. And we can go ahead and put this on the front. Pretty paper on the back too. And we'll put that long strip of designer series paper that we tore off along the long edge. You could put it on a different side. I'm going to put it on the bottom, but you could certainly put this on the top, or you could even put it on the sides. If you could even put it on both sides if you tear off your paper differently. And then just snip this off. This can go directly on the inside of your card. Pretty. I like it with this paper. I'm going to put a swooping design, kind of a backward C. Just angling that. I'm using glue dots for this. You could certainly use Stamp and Seal if you'd like. And I'm just laying it down here. I want to go about 4 inches and fold it back on itself. About there. And we'll put it there. And I think I need another piece. And I think I need another glue dot a little further down. I don't think I told you about my ink. I'm using Night of Navy, Versamark, and Crushed Curry. So I am going to use my embossing buddy, and I can use it loud and proud. Yay! Stamping my butterfly. And that embossing buddy really does a nice job of keeping the embossing powder from sticking where you don't want it. And then this is actually a big funnel. Take the cap off and just brush the extra powder into your tub. Then we'll use the heat tool to finish the embossing. So the embossing powder looks kind of like a dry powder, a little bit gold, but when you heat it with the heat tool, it melts and gives a shiny, more solid look. This always feels kind of magical to me. I don't ever get tired of watching it happen. While that's cooling, I will stamp my greeting using the Night of Navy. Just a note. And I'm going to flag the ends. This flags 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, and an inch. This is 3/4, so it goes right in on this kind of second terrace. Then I'm going to use crushed curry and a sponge dauber to kind of brush lightly color onto my butterfly. You can make this as dark as or light as you want it. And then you're going to tear around this. If you accidentally tear the gold like I did just there, it's okay. It's designed to be kind of a rough, uneven look. We'll put some dimensionals on our butterfly. And on our greeting. Plenty of dimensionals so that there's no chance that it'll get crushed in the mail. So the butterfly goes over the ribbon, and the greeting goes down in this other corner. And we want to put a butterfly on it. I think I'm going to use a smaller butterfly. You could use the larger one if you'd like. And that's it. Here is the web address for this project, where you'll find the free directions and links for the products I used. You can click individual products or the Add All to the cart. You will be able to remove products you don't need or add more products. I have lots of resources on my website. Most of them are free. It's easy to miss some of those resources or to get lost exploring. Let me take you on a quick tour. Just under the banner image are 6 links. Under Shop, you'll find links to the products from Bev, shopping strategies, my frequent shopping points, and a sampling from the clearance rack. Under Inspiration, you can link to scroll all of my projects since 2011. The products may be retired, but you may be inspired by a layout, color combination, or a technique. I have the basics, where I've written about stamps, ink and paper, cutting, adhesives, and my favorite tools. You'll find a link to Techie Tips and an easy link back to my latest post. Click on Getting Organized, and you'll find some of my resources for stamp case slips, product labels, large labels for designer series paper, and more. Case inserts for dies, embellishments, and anything I think might fit in a stamp case, including ink refills. You'll also find color tools and charts, a practically free stamp pad storage solution, tabs and a quick reference for the annual catalog, and plans for toolkits. I have a video of my craft wall and more. Click on Evernote Current Products and you can learn how to share my notebook. This notebook has a note for every current product from Stampin' Up! It allows you to search by color, image, product type, word, phrase, or event, and more. I include French, German, and Dutch names and numbers when available, and the prices for all the markets. Evernote synchronizes on your phone, tablet, and or your desktop or laptop computer, so you can look through the Stampin' Up! Catalog from anywhere, anytime. You can copy my notes for the products you own so you can find just what you're looking for. When products retire, I move them to the Retired Products Notebook, which I also share, and I host a notebook for Paper Pumpkin. Click on Sip Together and then Let's Stamp to come stamp with me or join my Sip Together team. There's also a link to learn a bit about me. The sitemap will help you navigate all these links from one page. And there are quick links along the side of my page. Shop Now takes you to my online store at Stampin' Up! You'll see the current host code. It would be a great help to me if you use that if you are ordering less than $150. You can click on the current catalogs to page through them online. And then there are my links to my 5 most recent posts. Thank you very much for stopping by and hope to see you soon.